Good morning, it's day 68 of Peter and Doxie going to Queensland. And in Queensland we certainly are. Namely, Tin Can Bay. So, out here on the mooring on another absolutely stunning morning. I should have come out 2 minutes before. It was absolutely like a mirror. Just got that morning little katabatic wind coming through. But look at this. Anyway, today I need to start making inquiries about getting my engine mount sorted. So that will begin shortly, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, cross fingers. More to come. And a little family of jellyfish are on their way in on the incoming tide. Tin Can Bay itself. Very peaceful. I can see why people like it so much. Making use of that wind going down the channel nicely. Okay, so I'll prepare this rubber inner tube. Let's see if I can make a gasket that goes between the bung assembly and the actual hull of the tender. Right, I'm sure some poor machine's gone to a lot of effort here to make this into an inner tube for a trolley, and I'm now going to disassemble it. I might just cut up a few strips to give myself some extras in case I stuff it up. Never happens, of course. Ha. Okay, so I've cut up a couple of strips there basically, and now need to just get stuff together to take with me, because I can't do it on the water, obviously. Well, I could, but yeah, that won't end well. So my plan is basically to go ashore when the tide's out. So still got a little way to wait yet. You can see the mangrove. Oh, there's a bit of sand starting to turn up there. So yeah. Maybe within the next hour I'll go ashore over there and get the dinghy out of the water to do this bit of jiggery-pokery. Okay, I think that's everything I'm going to need. I mean, I guess it's not that far, but I don't feel like coming back again for something. Yeah, just wait for things to calm down a bit and the tide to go a bit further, and we'll head over. Right, here we are back on the beach again. Tide's going out, but lucky I got wheels on the dinghy, so when we get left high and dry I can wheel it back down. Doxie out there. Yeah, the breeze has gone down a bit now, so that's nice. 23 degrees, but the wind chill was a bit out there, but it seems to be dying off a bit now. And yeah, as you can see here, outgoing tide. A lot of beach to play with. I just need this little bit. All right, I've been putting it off. I don't know. Some little projects just get you. It's just like, I don't know. Once I'm committed, I've got to, either succeed or stuff it up. Okay, so this is the culprit here. So I want to take this off and then make a gasket between it and the hull. I think that's where the water's getting in. Yeah, black on black, my favourite. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, I think, is mark out the hole and cut that first, and then the rest I can basically hold in place with that. Let's see how we go. Okay, so I think that's right. Reasonably snug. Okay, not beautiful, but we're not here for looks. So I'll just make some holes where the screws go, and we'll see if that all goes back together. Okay, got it all back together again. Now for the taste test. So it's underwater. Wait there for a bit. It's not gushing in. I'm not seeing any at the moment. Touch wood. Touching my head. You can't see that. Okay, so we've got Doxie's name on this side, but we've never got around to putting it on this side. So, yes. some yobbos. Okay, so give it a good rub down to start. Make sure it's all salt and free, whatever. This one doesn't seem as easy to read as the other one. Oh no, wait, what? You gotta do this thing, don't we? Peel it off. And the big reveal. Oh, hang on a minute. Oops, need the bait. Okay, let's give that another rub over. Yep, the bee doesn't want to stay. Wants to come along. Bam. Fish. There we go. All right. Okay, the not so great news is water was starting to come back in again. I think the problem basically is that the surface is curved. I think my next port of call is to go and get some silicone and put that around it. So yeah, anyway, there is a gasket now in there anyway. So, but yeah, next port of call will be to get some silicone. Anyway, might be time to go for a little swim. Look at it. It's calmed right down now, so that's really nice. Much more better. Meanwhile, I think I've slowed it down, but yeah, a bit of back pressure for now until I can get my hands on some silicone. Well, that's the end of Monday just about. Sun's getting low. It's sometime between 4 and 5, but yeah, I've got a few things done, I feel. This morning, as I mentioned, I started making phone calls. I've learned there are 2 Tims here in town who are marine diesel mechanics. One of them's away up country somewhere on a project and won't be back for a long time. And the other Tim is away on a family matter at the moment and will be back next Monday, supposedly. That's right, that's not mine. Yeah, so I've made some other phone calls to some other, diesel mechanics and stuff who are a bit, how you going with their ability to do the job or willingness to take on the job, which is fair. I've also contacted my Volvo Penta agent that I dealt with in Mooloolaba. They could do it. They'll obviously charge transport costs and, be quite prohibitive. However, I'm trying to find out the actual part numbers so I can get the right ones. Some very kind person who has been very helpful in the past made contact with me last night thinking that I had a different engine than I do have. And he actually had some mounts, but unfortunately it doesn't look like they would fit, which would just be brilliant. But no, missed. Yeah, missed by that much. So yeah, unfortunately that's a non-starter. So still, searching around to see who can help, but I guess push comes to shove. I might have to wait for Tim 1 or 2, I don't know how they number them here, next Monday, and that would be the start, not the end. So meanwhile, I'll keep doing research because obviously the parts are not that cheap if you buy them here in Australia. So before I order anything from anywhere else, I also want to make sure I've got the right ones, but it's not easy to find that information out for some or other reason, so I'm just really bad at it. One of the two. Yeah, as you saw, I tried to do a fix on the Leaky Dinghy, which I think I've slowed it down, but obviously it's going to need more than that. There is a curve, slight curve, at the end of the keel where the bung is actually installed. So it's very hard to get anything basically to seal that off. So I'm thinking I might, as I said before, get some silicone and see if that does the job. So hopefully yes. So I'll have to find a hardware store around here somewhere that sells that stuff. But anyway, temporarily it works fine. And motoring around, getting used to motoring around in the dinghy. It's something I've never done before. It's a good feeling because you just feel like you can go anywhere. So anyway, tomorrow I might get out and about just to, there's no point sitting here moping about stuff. Might as well enjoy the time I do have here to the max until I can get some resolutions. Anyway, if you haven't, you know what to do. Subscribe and share. You know, if you like it, share it with your friends, your enemies if you don't like it, you know, anything like that. That's all cool. This is Dawn Raider, out. Thanks for watching another Adventures of Foxy Doxie. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you.